Hello, Beard Wizard family. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Beard Wizard Man, also known as Trevor on social media. Links to all which you're going to find in that video description below, including ways to support this channel, like clicking that red subscribe button and getting us to 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We are shooting for 4,500 by the end of the year. We were shooting for 5,000. Where are we at? 4,480. I need 20 more in the next 4 days. To get to 4,500. So please do click that button if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. I also appreciate all of you who come here, who watch, comment, subscribe, share, and especially our members, Elena and Ed. Thank you guys so much for your continued support and membership on the channel. So it's Friday. We take a look at new releases from current artists that we review on the channel. And I noticed that Dax put out a new one today. Just a few hours ago. It's called From a Man's Perspective. We're going to take a look at this, pause as necessary, talk about the music, etc., and so on. I am off this week and part of next week, so hopefully you've noticed some extra content, but there should be videos coming at you pretty much every day. Recorded videos, live streams, sometimes 2 or 3 a day, depending on the day. So keep your eyes open for all of that. I want to give you guys as much content as I can during the break because I know it's going to get busy again next year, and see if I can make up some ground with the content. But anyway, we're going to take a look at From a Man's Perspective from Dax, pause as necessary, etc., and so on. If you're in the live stream, say hi. If you're watching the recording, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Here we go. Cheers. I think they forgot the sound of the truck.
I don't know why you're making such a big deal about it. Stop acting like a bitch.
You don't call somebody out of the name like that if you don't respect them. Don't start approaching me. I already told you. Don't start approaching me. Then I'll leave then. Then I'll leave. Then I'll leave then.
Now that whole scene may seem a little excessive, but I've seen it. I've seen it play out in reality. I've seen people talk to each other like that. I've seen people talk to men like that. And in this specific example, I've known men who have gone through this. Abuse is not a gender specific sort of thing. Verbal abuse, mental abuse, manipulative abuse. Women are just as good at that as men are. And even physical abuse. And honestly, if you are in that kind of thing, you really need to get help and get out, because that is not a healthy place for anybody to be. Don't just take it just because you're a guy. Like that's you don't have to, so don't.
I thought we were forever. That was a mistake. You wrote it down in pencil. Guess it got erased. Drawing on my weakness. Look what you create. A masterpiece of everything you taught yourself to hate. I had to log off, your passwords changed. You always tried to run, I wasn't down to chase. Your trauma made you numb, I tried to give you faith. You took my kindness and threw it right back in my face. Ashamed to say I loved you and it hurts me cause I actually tried. Your truth was based off of lies. Your love was conditional and mine forgave you multiple times. That's why I had to finally walk away. It hurt me to leave, but was killing me to stay. The story of my life, this chapter and page is getting ripped out and thrown in emotional flames. To be honest, I don't hate you this moment.
Dax is definitely digging deep into something personal and emotional with this one. And maybe if he didn't go through this exact situation, maybe he knows somebody who did, because so much of this is spot on to what I've seen people go through. people who manipulate each other, men, women who manipulate each other in relationships, it's an awful thing, but I think it's driven from a place of insecurity, a place of possibly a mental illness, but also abuse that they probably suffered. Does not excuse it. But, you know, like, it also comes from a place of immaturity. Like, I can say a lot of the younger women that I used to date would do something like that. Like, they, how do I say this? Don't get upset when you ask a question and don't get the answer that you expect. We are not mind readers. If you ask, how do I look? And I say, you look good. I mean, you look good. If I'm not jumping up and down going, you look amazing, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and that's the response you wanted, it's on you if you're disappointed that you look good. Because some of us, I'm a very simple person when it comes to words, when it comes to speaking. I talk a lot when I do these shows, but when I'm not doing these shows, when I'm not gaming and when I'm not at work, I don't talk a lot. I have to talk a lot in my professional life. I don't talk that much. And my wife understands, Julie knows, that she's not going to get an essay when she asks me, how do I look? And she doesn't expect an essay. So, but I've seen that. I've seen that response. I've experienced that exact situation. So he's pulling these real things and putting them in this song. And it's very emotional. It's very powerful. It's, again, another well-done song from Dax.
Finally walk away. It hurt me to leave, but was killing me to stay. The story of my life, this chapter and page is getting ripped out and thrown in emotional flames. To be honest, I don't hate you. This is my only way to grieve. What you want isn't always what you need. I remember days I'd beg and I'd plead for you to just calm down and provide me with peace. Your words used to hurt me, they would bring me to my knees. Called me pathetic, trash, weak. So I got strong, got back on my feet, picked you up off the sidewalk, threw you back to the streets. I don't want to talk about those times that you lied. Don't want to talk about those.
That's the danger you face too. I love the way he phrased that, because, you know, when you put somebody down, but you tell them you expect them to be strong, and like, be careful what you wish for, because if that actually happens, if they actually stand up, chances are they're going to reject what you've been doing. Like, you can't sit there and browbeat somebody and beat somebody down, call them trash, weak, pathetic, call them names, and say you need to get stronger, and then be surprised when they do stand up and cast you away, because that's being strong. Being weak is allowing somebody to emotionally abuse them. So I like the way he put that, because that's the reality. If the person that you're with, that you're egging on to get stronger, to stand up for themselves, if they do, they may just walk away from you.
Trash, weak, so I got strong, got back on my feet, picked you up off the sidewalk, threw you back to the streets. I don't want to talk about those times that you lied. Don't want to talk about those times that I cried. Don't want to talk about those times you denied all the truths that I spewed, that I knew deep inside. The pressure I was feeling that was right up to my neck. The anxiety, depression that was weighing on my chest. The constant allegations, the blatant disrespect. The time that I lost to the money that I spent. I was going crazy, I was a shell of a man. Trapped in your cage, lost in your maze. Blinded by love, addicted to the pain. The highs and the lows, the storm and the rain. I started therapy to cope because you drove me insane. Gassed me right up, then emptied my tank. So don't you try to spin the block when you see I'm doing greater. That I'm happy or I got another woman in your place because I gave you too many chances to.
That's that strong statement. You know, I went to therapy. I got stronger. I changed my life. So don't come circling around. Don't come back just because you see I'm doing good. Don't come back because you see I have somebody else. Like, I've moved on. And I like how this song progresses from that moment, that weak state of allowing or letting the abuse just go and go and go until you hit that breaking point, to now, hey, I'm doing good. don't come knocking. Don't come sniffing around just because I'm doing good now. I don't need you. Taking that strong stance.
Drove me insane, gassed me right up, then emptied my tank. So don't you try to spin the block when you see I'm doing greater, that I'm happy or I got another woman in your place, because I gave you too many chances to understand that pain sounds different when it's coming from a man. We not allowed to feel, be real, explain, express, and when we do, we lose the upper hand. We only have value based on what we can provide. I spoke your love language, you didn't understand mine. You pushed me to the edge.
It's not the truth. There's a phrase. Let me see if I can remember it. But I love he's drawn back from older songs that we only have value for what we provide. You know, we're not allowed to feel pain. When we feel the pain, it's so strong, but we're not allowed. We have to hide it. And if we do express it, then we lose our power, if you will. And that's a weird way to phrase it, but you get mocked and ridiculed and stuff if you do that. But I love how, oh shoot, I'm going to lose my train of thought. No, the phrase that I'm looking for is, men and boys are always raised and taught, in the vast majority. I mean, I know that there are guys out there that are not taught this, but they're definitely in the minority. The vast majority of men and boys are taught how to treat a woman. Most girls and women are taught how they should be treated. Excuse me. Pardon me. They are not taught how to treat a man. And there's probably some guys out there that are like, oh, I'm too strong for that. I don't need that. Blah, blah, blah. A relationship is a two-way street. And when you're speaking somebody's love language because you know that's what they need, but they're not reciprocating, then you're not in a relationship. You're in an abusive arrangement or a selfish arrangement that is only good for one person. Men do not have to suffer through that just because, you know, it's our lot in life. We don't have to suffer through that. So teach your girls. Yeah, teach your girls what to expect, how this is what you are worth. This is how you should be treated. But when you find the one, here's how to treat a man. And boys, teach your boys. Here's how you should be treated. Here is what you are worth. But here is also how you should treat women. It's a two-way street. It should be an equal partnership in a relationship. And this is definitely not that.
Play like you were blind and then you blamed all of your actions on your zodiac sign. Never again.
Never again. Don't do it. Don't put up with it. You don't have to. I'm wondering if this is this the album from a man's perspective? And so we have, we had Lonely Dirt Road, which is up there on the screen. We've had a few others along this same vein. So I think this whole album here is very much a testament to what some of us wish we could say, what some of us wish we had the space to say, and what a lot of people need to hear, I think. Fantastic one from Dax. Make sure you go check out his channel. If you're not a subscriber there already, go subscribe. Dax does some amazing work, some great, great songs. And I'm glad he's not done rapping. He did do a song a while back that said he was done. I'm so glad he's not. Be sure to subscribe here and come back for more. I think I'll be on tonight. It really depends. I got up earlier than I expected, so we'll see. And but if not, more videos are dropping tomorrow. More stuff is coming through the weekend. I will probably take a good portion of Sunday off, but you should see a lot of content from me over the next several days until I go back to work. I will see you guys all again soon. You have a great one. Much love. Bye.